alive right now. I just want everyone to know. I have a giant cup of tea. Only alive people can drink tea. If you like tea, or don't like tea, remember to subscribe if you're watching this later on YouTube. I want that monetization, damn it. I must buy more tea! Okay, let us proceed. Let us proceed into the future gently. Gently, gently. Or not so gently. In fact, screw gentleness. We're going in hard. We're going in hard and spiky and unlubricated. Whatever you were thinking, stop it. That's disgusting. How dare you? Who could have put that idea in your head? Discord. That's where I go. 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 That's where I go to do the thing. That's where I go to do the thing. That's where I go to do the thing. What is the thing? I do not know. I believe that we're here to do that thing. Right. Plutono hot. Plutono. Also, I just remembered I should probably go sing out in bloody whatchamacallit. Right, I keep forgetting to like post the stream alerts like in the custom campaign Discord where people actually are. So hopefully people will see that and be like, ooh, that man is live streaming. What else? So, pin? Yes, pin. Okay. Pin. Alright, so where did we go now? Where did we go now? Where did we go now? Where we're going is here. There. Bumpty dumpty 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 doo. Dumpty 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 schnibbity schnibbity boo. Okay then, so while the main menu just hangs out here, where we got up to last time before I got horribly sick, because my wonderful girlfriend dragged me to the South Island to have a good time, and we did have a good time. And I got horribly sick because humanity is disgusting and full of diseases, and it's really easy to catch those diseases when you go on an aircraft or an aeroplane. Alright, so we are going to be inspecting today the planes. The planes! It'll be plain to see the planes. Alright, let's hop over here and start inspecting planes! Right. So the first thing is the Seahawk, Amphitasma Seahawk, which is interesting. I kind of thought that, I kind of thought the Seahawk was a cargo plane. Am I mistaken? This is what I get. Okay, planes. Oh, this little guy. Okay, yeah, this guy needs a little bit of pretty. And by a little, I mean a lot. It also needs to be... yeah. Let's have a look-see here. Let's look at what your deal is. Also, I keep forgetting that the camera can do this. You can just zoom around like this. Alright, so... this definitely needs more shaping. Hello, Doja's Bog. Hello, Border. Hey! Thank you for the bits. Are those bits? That never happens. Just did. It is bits, thank you. And hello, 19LG99. OMG, the Twitch chat. Yeah, Twitch! This is why streaming services need actual proper competition with each other, because from what I understand, Twitch on mobile sucks balls. Like, not in the good fun way, but like in the, you are currently at work packing cheese, and there's ball sucking going on, and it's just very inconvenient. Right. Seahawk. I need to type notes on this fella. So, we're going to orange that in. Immediately for aesthetics. Needs better shaping. Rebling. And let's check its combat performance. This is an easy jet fighter. This is not supposed to be... this isn't really supposed to be, like, you know, strong. Let's fight it against itself and see what happens. It's got missiles, and that's nice. Holy crap, it just killed itself instantly. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. It took me 2 minutes to write hey up. Wow! Alright, let's test it against something else. Let's water flea. Let's throw it against an easy thing. Actually, what is this thing's deal? Oh, it's got custom thingies. Alright. Alright, well, you know, the internals are just to be expected for a tiny, tiny plane. Tiny, tiny plane. Being all tiny, I refuse to sneeze. I have killed the virus in my body, which is impressive because viruses aren't technically alive. Yeah, combat performance is absolutely fine. Like, does need more greebling, cockpit could be made more sexy. Don't laugh. Don't take that out of context. Cockpit. Be prettied up. That's totally a verb. And whee! Alright then. What is today's date? It is the 6/02/2026. Actually, you know what I can do? As I can do this through the power of copy-paste. Through the power of copy-pasting, I am unstoppable. Okay, aircraft. Aircraft. Not to be confused with Minecraft, it's different. Whee! Hello, John McFist. Yes, I am sicker wise. Well, I used to be sicker wise, now I'm better wise. Hello, I hate being stuck in the past. Unfortunately, we all are. All our experience of everything is basically your memory remembering things, which, even if it's nanoseconds, is in the past. It has been less than 10 minutes and we've already gotten heavy. Alright, so Seahawk needs some aesthetic tweaks, but that's basically it. Let's go Seahawk. Balls. Balls, balls, big sweaty balls. Don't ask where the sweaty balls are. They were in your heart this whole time. Alright, so Seahawk needs mostly aesthetic changes. I don't think it needs. Right, Seahawk. Beautiful, beautiful. Ah! Hello, Orange! Wow, you reached a what streak. 3-stream what streak. Wait, where did the rest of... Oh, I don't know. I think Twitch is stupid. I have never seen that thing pop up in chat before. I think... Is your Twitch account cursed? I don't know. Anyway. Next. We've got the Cottonmouth. This thing, I believe, needs some tweaks. Because this thing likes to dive into the water, and I believe there was a note on this ages ago that the munition warners were going ping, ping, ping. It is aesthetically quite nice. We could improve it. We could improve it. Now let's throw it against Seahawk, because this is a... I do indeed believe this is supposed to be a medium design. This thing does move at like 150 meters per second, so... Alright, let's see here. Let's have a dogfight. Let's have a dogfight. Let's have a dogfight. Let's have a dogfight. It's doing loopy loops. Does this thing have munition avoidance? Hold on a minute. Hold on a sec. Oh, it does. I did not know that. Interesting. It also appears to... Yeah, it does barrel rolls. Very cool. Where the hell did the Seahawk go? Hello? Sir and or madam? Alright. I see the projectile for... Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see what's happening. Or I don't see what's happening. This thing does have a reputation for, like, bonking straight into the ground. I believe... Where is the ammunition warners? Actually... Alright. Shift E. Blueprint ammunition. Warners are over there. They are cunningly decorated away. Because why not? And right. So we can remove the little note that we have about them going... And is this in fleet colors? Is this most recent version of the damn thing in fleet colors? No, it is not. So it needs to be in fleet colors. Which should not be too hard to fix. I'm not going to do that right now. Because I am a lazy person. And what else? What else? Does this thing really need any aesthetic changes? I don't think so. I think it's fine, honestly. Apart from that. And that's all we could need to do. That's all we need to do. Alright. How? What? How? Like, alright, so for bug testing purposes, how do you make this thing reliably... whoops. How do you make this thing reliably fly into the ground? Hello, toilet cleaner! It used to be a hidden message, everyone can see it now. You can decide if you want to post your streak and check when reaching miles out. Ooh. Which world planet is it? This is Plutono. Oopsie daisy, someone's flying into the ground. It did plant itself like a lawn dart into the ground during the amphi-airfield building stream. Yep, very good times indeed. I think while it looks okay, it doesn't really say amphi-jet to me. What could make this more amphi-jet? Remember, Amphitas was supposed to have a kind of command and conquer-y aesthetic. So how can we make this more command and conquer-y? Forward swept wings, perhaps? It does look more... Yeah. We want to make this look a little bit more sci-fi. So let's put a note that in fleet colors needs to look more CNC style sci-fi. So forward swept wings. So things like that, like, you know, just more sci-fi zhuzh, so to speak. That's a term on film sets, in case people didn't know. Zhuzh. It's when you do things to people's hair, put some product in them so they stay in shape. And, you know, you just do stuff. You do stuff to them consensually. Has to be consensually. Otherwise, people would walk off the set, and that would be bad. Alrighty. Cottonmouth just needs aesthetics. I love spreadsheets. No, not more sci-fi, more insane. You can paint in swirl colors and fit just as well. Yep, true. More 5 minutes in the future, less we have F-35 at home. I'm putting that in the friggin... I'm putting that in the notes. I'm putting that into the notes. Yeah, we have F-35 at home. The F-35 at home. I mean, they do have F-22 like planes in some of the games, no? Oh yeah, they definitely do. Command & Conquer James literally has the F-22 Raptor. Already out of resource, or is that a combat thrust? What are we talking about? Nah, it's flying. It just killed the thing we was fighting against. Let's see. Maybe it nosedives against... Oh, let's see. Oh, that's why. That's why. That's why. If I had to guess why this thing nosedives into the ground. This thing infamously likes to swim. I think it might be a combination of... Hang on, let's spawn in a bunch more of these things. If we have a whole bunch of them. Yep. Oh, there we go. Alright. Yep. This oh my god! The Gek was like, yes! Now's my time! Kablooey! Interesting. Alright then. Everyone... Alright, need to add a thing. Slash water. Do. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oi! Frickin' control when control Z no worky. It bad. It bad. It bad. Alright. It bad when thing no worky. Okay. Right. Good. So far. Oh, there it is. It's always the ones you don't see. I have no idea why that. It's probably something to do with its combat altitude, and that. Whoop! It almost did it. Is that a combat to us? I think it's okay as the other three cars are crashing. Wings feel a bit tiny. That might just be me. No mercy. Yeah. Yeah, the Gek. You don't mess with the Gek. It will go kablooey. Oh, there we go again. Yeah, no, wait. That was the other one. It's always the one you don't expect. Alright, so the Cottonmouth needs a bit of tweaking. There it goes! Yeah, it just does that. It's just like... I think when it tries to barrel roll and it's too low, it flops into things. So it might be something to do with projectile avoidance and its low combat altitude, which is not what we want. That is bad. Next is the Osprey squad. So it's... I don't really remember this. Oh, I remember these guys. I remember these guys. They look CNC as balls. Yep, these guys are fine. I think aesthetically they look great. Very CNC. Yep, no, these guys look fine. Who made these? Eliaval made these. And if we spawn them in against, oh, I don't know, some kind of tank, some kind of... let's throw them against the Conroe Goliath, why not? Whee! It's literally just a thing with lasers on it. It's very nice. I think these things are going to be a real menace to anyone who... well, anyone who spams planes a lot. Me! Yep. The laser jets are cool. Yeah, the laser jets, they're absolutely fine. We don't need to touch them. We don't need to touch them at all. And these are classified as hard, which makes sense. And then next is the Lammergeier, which is also by Eliaval, I think. Is Lammergeier. It is a jet fighter, kind of. Yep, and same thing. The thing looks good. It could use a little bit more patenting, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it is a lasery thing that lasers things. Let's see, let's spawn just way too many... let's spawn way too many Meadowhawks or something. Let's see how it goes. This one feels more plain than the other one, probably because it's larger. Oh lordy, I did not realize the Meadowhawks would be so big. So big and so strong. I want to be held in those big strong helicopter arms. Also, I seem to recall somebody was made a very elongated version of this thing for giggles, and it was very funny. Alright, well, 10 Meadowhawks might be a bit too much for this, but that's because 10 Meadowhawks is like a million... well, yeah, it is a million materials. My goodness. Probably rude of me. Barrels, I think, confuse it. I have to look at red. Laser jet's cool. What can be added to the Lammergeier? More color contrast, I think. That's the only note I'm going to put on this guy. Just like, more color contrast. My phone just died. Does anyone have a charger for me? Unfortunately not. Ah, yes. And the Meadowhawk. Yep. Alright, I'm just gonna make a little note on the Lemmergeier that needs more contrasting colors. Aside from that, I think it's fine. There's also target prio it's a little bit funky with, so if we do... I was trying to remember why I said that. Also, I do need... General thing is that mainframes should be named. I keep forgetting to check that. I do love this thing. It's very interesting. Alright, so Lemmergeier, target power adjustment, more contrasting colors, looks a bit plain. No one laugh at the obvious pun there. It is illegal. I have declared it illegal. Lemmergeier. Did I spell that right first time? Lemmergeier. Yes, I did. And then I'm going to copy paste that. And then I'm going to go over here onto the other bit of the spreadsheet and go here and also here. Right. Made a joke version with one huge missile in the hollow area. Ah, yeah. By the way, the Motherhawk has tons of sub-object compartments. I'm currently working on removing them. Oh, perfect. Good to know. And good indeed to know, because we'll get to the Meadowhawk probably. I believe this did have some EMP installation problems. I think they were subsequently fixed. Can't stay because late, but happy FDDing. Thank you, driver. Good to see you. Elival no doubt remembers better than I do. How many sub-orders does this thing? This thing has a lot. Hello. Oh, right. Nah, that's fine. I was about to say, it's like, oh no, does that count as internal sub-object nonsense? But nope, it doesn't. It doesn't, because those things are... Can these move? Can these move? I'm gonna be rude and see if these can move. I'm better wise, I swear. Okay, Lemmergeier, get out of here. We're looking at the next thing, whatever the next thing is. The Lemmergeier next is the Shoebill. Alright, now I remember the Shoebill. This is the thing that pulls double duty as a missile throwing thingy. Yeah, again, no, this is absolutely fan-debby-dozy. I remember fighting this thing in the campaign. It's like perfectly fine. Yep. Yep. Like nothing, like really nothing to complain about. Back opens up. It fires missiles out the back. This was not my contract. Who cares how much they cost? Yep, just throws missiles out the back. No worries. Yep. Plain to see. Screenshot. I think eventually I'm sure I have loaded. Oh god, the heroin is on today. It's so bad. Heroin is indeed bad. Heron, not heroin. We really do see what we want to see, don't we? Yeah. So all right. So Shoebill, absolutely fine. I think the Mosquito is also fine for like a medium-ish craft. Jet Smart Bomber. What does this thing do? Missiles are too white. Not to sound racist against myself, but it's too white. Too white. Needs to get out in the sun. Vitamin D deficiency detected. Okay. Missile deco glaringly white. Just like my skin, glaringly white. I cannot make friends in real life because I am too pale. I blind people. I'm a vampire. Alright, I'm very silly because I've had a big coffee and I have a tea. There's one FE plane or heli that has a bunch of those simple stabilization jets nobody ever uses. Ooh. Just lining the inside. I don't think I've ever seen this. Setonia Orata, I believe, the one with the chunky ducted fans. Noted. Okay. Alright, so we got a simple little bomber. Let's throw it against a simple little... Oh, right. I just... Oops. The Tachypleus is a laser thing. Whoopsie daisy. Not good comparison. Tadpole. Go for it. Oh. The tadpole is a giant missile-y thing. Well, that's not very good. The mosquito is a medium design. I think we can make this a little bit more... Wait. I think we can make this a little bit more scary if it's going to be a medium design. Wait, does this have... Hang on a minute. If it's going to be a... I do love that it's like... uses simple weapons, but at the same time... let's see here. Let's see here. This thing does not appear to have any countermeasures. It can use basic... Why does this have RTGs? Why does this have RTGs? Why does using power... Why does it have ion thrusters? By the power of Grayskull! What the hell is going on here? What is happening? It has automatic propulsion on, and something changing yaw. Are there ACB? There are ACBs. Hello, what's here? Oh, it has lights that turn on. What is happening in here? Ah, hello. 10 ACBs. No, that's not it. What's going on? How are these things being controlled? How are those things wiggling around? I'm trusted maybe as a failsafe. Automatically keep... Oh, it's pointed vertically. It's a setting in the eye. Yeah, this thing needs a bit of tweaking. Also, it's got a bunch of tailplanes? Yeah, this thing needs a bit of an overhaul. This can be done way more efficiently, I think. So let's do... Alright, so we're going to make some notes here on the mosquito. Glaringly white. Needs redo to be more efficient. Breadboard in particular. Whoopsie daisy, I don't know how to spell efficient. Efficient does... How do you spell efficient? Well, that's how you spell efficient, I think. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, I need to check my spelling. Efficient. What a weird word. I think my spelling's gotten worse. Oh boy. It's almost like if once you're out of uni and you're not writing things constantly and getting your work checked, you forget how to spell. Yeah, it's like, yeah, horror... Yeah, that was weird. Automod, what the hell? Like, horizontal? Does not one usually see? Hello, Robot Stellar. We're confused by a plane. Alright, so we're gonna have a note on the mosquito to be more efficient, and... simple... This is a medium design, so those simple weapons aren't doing anything. Simple weapons... could be replaced. What with, though? Because they're really not... Let's be honest, they're not doing anything. And I can feel the spirit of Ralston VT glaring at me, and that, like, you can make APS systems which are only a little bit bigger than this, but do a much better job. Like, I feel it. I feel him in my body. I don't feel him in my body. I feel his words in my body. Hello, they are really small. There isn't really space for anything else. No, like, yeah, no, you can do it. You can do it. They might be diff guns or something. Maybe just different simple weapons, I don't know. Alright, yeah, so this needs a bit of TLC. Aesthetically, it's mostly perfect. Like, seriously, this is a gorgeous little plane. Love it. Love it to bits. Arguably a fair amount of deco cope on it, because it looks completely different. If you rip that off. If you rip the deco off. Alright, yeah, nope. Aesthetically good, apart from the missiles being very, very white indeed. Looks a little funny. But yeah, the rest of it does need a little tinkering. Probably good. It wouldn't be good, but still better. Yeah, you could build a little deck tar basically that size. Yeah. You can do it indeed. I'm not going to do that now. We've got a lot of things to look at. And let's do here a mosquito. Mosquito. Do I know how to spell mosquito? I do know how to spell mosquito. And now I'm going to copy paste mosquito. And paste mosquito here and here. Whee! Alright then, mosquito, we've looked at you. Right, bulldog bat. This one... I'm trying to remember. This one had issues too. Bulldog bat. Was this the thing wanting to be an AC-130? It is. Again, aesthetically, I mean, some contrasting colors would be pretty nice, but apart from that, like, really nothing to phone home about. This thing's pretty good for what it is. Let's see, is this a hard? I never felt that this thing was hard. Let's throw it against 150 thing. Let's throw it against the lemur. Which I believe is a ramming vehicle, so... Right, so the problem with any kind of fixed hull broadsider. There we go. It's spamming some. There, that's why it's a hard. It's got a lovely, nasty little sand blaster in it that does sand blasty things. Is there any other objections? Nope. None whatsoever. What is that? Why is there... What is this attached to? Oh, Oh, it's EMP tail. Okay, then. Gotcha! Yep, nope, this is fine. Need some contrasting colors, that's about it. Because I believe, yeah, this whole thing is Paint 31. Actually, what are our options here? We have options. We have options. Didn't this plane like have a way too high RPM? It was like 30 minutes and changing the gauge to 40 with no other changes. Fixed it. Unsure if the builder did that and uploaded it. I believe this sounds like a 50mm gun. It is indeed a 50mm gun. Right. Nope, this is fine. This is absolutely fine. Bulldog bat. Just gonna add a note to like for... Let's see here. More contrasting colors. Needed. Looks a little flat. And there we go. Needed. And bulldog bat. I would hate to fight this thing with a ship, especially since I like alloy pole armor, because I'm a silly person. Right then, we are charging our way through this. Alright, the Firehawks. I believe the Firehawks in general could be way more godly, and maybe don't need to be in a whole ass squad. Can you check the internals? I think this is the... Nope. Don't think so. Don't think so. Hold on. And power word. Remove decos. Nope, this is not the jet stabilized thingy. This is my mistake. Okay. Okay then. Bulldog bat. Approved. Alright, let's move on over here. What's next? Firehawk. That's literally what I just said. Why did I forget that? I don't know. Alright. I think aesthetically these guys are like... they need some camo. Alright, so we're gonna put over there. Not sure why it never occurred to me before. Needs some camo. Leveling, patterning, and can be more godly. Be made more godly. Because these things are like, I don't know, they're big, formidable planes, but at the same time, I've never been particularly scared of these things. They also have a lot of sub-arch in there. What's happening? What is happening there? Oh, no. Why? It does the thing! Okay, that's a rule, bro. I can't believe I never noticed that before. That's on me. Made more godly. Internals. Put on spin blocks need to be changed. Although, to be fair, I think these were uploaded. These were submitted long before that was an actual rule. So, yeah, we can probably shuffle these around. In particular, like you swap these out for large missiles, I think they'll just be way more strong. Although they do have large missiles, and they also have that that thing there. What was it? Front wing, spin turn block, elevation only turret. Yeah, also cut down on sub-objects a little bit. On sub-objects a bit. That's the other reason I was rebuilding it. There seems a bit of Z clipping on the back. Yep. That would be individually big and stronger, but left in the early stages. Hang on a second. Yeah, there's... Hold on a second. Can we move you around? Let's see here. Can you do the thing? Yeah. Well, technically that's not clipping, because it can move. Well, it can move. Huh? Magic power words remove decorations. There we go. No clippy. No clippy, good. Yeah, this thing could, this thing needs a bit more... They uploaded well before that rule year, when I was in my shameful subtitle shenanigan era. Yep. Alright, so, yeah, well, if you want to continue that, John McFist, by all means go ahead. I believe you were working on a Godly Soul bomber, though. So, I don't know. This is the great thing about the projects like this. Do what you must. Anything that you find people don't do, I'm gonna have to do. And it's like, well, that's more content, I guess. Alrighty-ho, then. Firehawk, let's see, is that all the notes we need? It's a lot of notes. Greebling, patterning, more godly, talisman. Cut down on subjects a little bit. I think that's about it. Marked in red, because that is Firehawk. Not Furahawk. That's bad. Firehawk. Just for giggles, I want to see... Oops. I want to see what camo looks good on this fella. I'm gonna have to rebuild the Titanoboa. I don't want to. Alright, let's have a look at you, sir. Camouflage. Ah! So, camouflage textures. Let's see here. You are mostly alloy. There we go. Hashtag camo forest 1. Ooh. That's pretty neat, and that's pretty neat, and that's pretty neat, and that's pretty. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this is beautiful. There we go. Hooray! See? Beautiful. Wanted to ask about this whole boat. Do you think that more modern escort design opposed to where the golden AC-130 type gunship thing be better? I mean, weren't you basing it on like a old-ass 70s, like, not 70s, an old-ass Soviet-style thing? Remember, it's pre-90s is the theme for Swole, but just plus energy weapons. Question Master gave up on his, yeah. Question Master withdrew his reservation on the Goldie slot, yeah. Unfortunately. Shame, Freehawk. Okay. What were we doing? Alright, we were moving on. Both the backfire that I was basing it on and the AC-130 definitely Cold War tech. Well, which could be more godly? Which would be easier? I did like the backfire that you were making because, ye gods, that thing looks amazing. Right. Next is the Ibis. Alright, there's already a note here that says it needs deco cockpit for pretty and needs to not swim. So let's have a look at the Ibis. Oh, I remember the Ibis now. The Ibis is memorable. Look at this thing. Basically, yeah, this thing, it needs greebling. It just needs you know what I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. Needs greebling. And needs to not do the thing. Ibis. Picnic wrecking jerks. It's the Ibis. They're ruining your lunch. Okay then. Ibis. 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 Wait, what is the difficulty of the Ibis? It's a hard. Honestly, this thing never struck me as a hard. It does drive like crazy, but apart from that, it's really easy to shoot this thing down. Like, really easy. What else is in here? It's mostly alloy, honestly. Its firepower is not great. I think this is more of a medium design, honestly. I feel like the Ibis needs shaping as well. It's rather... Yeah, Valkyrie plane. The Valkyrie would be really cool. I love the Valkyrie. If you haven't looked up the, what, I think YB70 is what it is? The Valkyrie? Alright, well, now I have to look it up. XB70 Valkyrie. This is, like, it's, like, you know, here's the thing. I try not to get, like, too horny about military aircraft because, like, I don't know, they are weapons of war and they're designed to kill people. But at the same time, look at this thing. Look how beautiful this thing is. This is like... Mwah. This thing is like... This is like SR-71 Blackbird levels of bloody gorgeous. So yeah, like, if we could have something like that, I believe Sean Reed attempted to make something like this. Didn't have the right vibe, unfortunately, which is fair enough. It's quite difficult. I think the Swole might still have this in the inventory somewhere, and I've been meaning to like have a go at it. We have to blend the XB70, AC-130, and the Tu-22M into one horrific airport creation. To be honest, I'd like to see Swole get both a large bomber like the backfire I was working on and a large gunship plane, but that require either opening another slot or replacing something. Does it not have any... Nope, this thing has no air gaps whatsoever. I think I'll continue work with the backfire since what I already have, and we'll look at it more when we get to Swole. Yep. So, to be honest, I love the British Vulcan. That's probably my favorite. While we're here, Let's look at the Avro Vulcan, because I remember that's a very pretty plane too. Oh my word, look at this gorgeous thing. Oh! Foy, that's a plane that you'd take home and introduce to your parents. It's like a big menacing bird going like, yeah! And then it drops nuclear bombs on you. That is a gorgeous plane. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous plane. Man, I'm turning into my dad. My dad is an aviation enthusiast. He plays Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's how keen he is. The thing with like 50 little diff guns? I think maybe, yeah, Vulcan is neat, also makes a cool sound, I believe. Like, okay. Yeah, Ibis just needs more shaping, and we should probably mention that as well in the notes. Ibis needs greebling. Needs greebling and shaping. I'm gonna mention that over here. Needs greebling and shaping. For pretty, needs to not swim. We probably, you know what this would be cool with this thing? If it was based off the CNC3 Nod Vertigo bomber. That could be pretty good. Alright, next. Alright, the Puffin, which is a torpedo bomber. What are you puffin' back there, sir? I'm puffin' the weed. Alright, this thing needs wing shaping, mostly. It's quite square. Need a bit of wing shaping, a bit of tailplane surfing. Surfing? Slightly funky things there. Yeah. Needs a deco, not greebling so much, but like contrasting. Let's have a look-see at you. I do like this thing. I think it looks quite cool. It's also got simple weapons on it, which means that Royston, the spirit of Royston VT, who's currently playing Outer Wilds by the looks of it. Is that what it's called? Hold on. What is Royston doing? Yep, Outer Wilds. Whoops. Yeah, this needs wing shaping. It just generally needs more shapiness. Let's go here. The Puffin. What are you puffin'? I'm puffing a vape. Don't puff vape! Vape bad. Vape worse for you than smoking. Vape filled with antifreeze. Vape permanently damage your lung. Vape no good. Grog no like vape. Grog only chew on burning stick. Makes tasty burning smell when put in mouth. Yes. What was I doing? Alright, so wings and tail need shaping. More contrasting colors. And this thing is a medium torque bomber, so that's... What is this? A circle at a distance. Let's throw... What do we throw at this? This is a 55k thingy. Let's throw a blue shell at it. I'm trying to remember what the hell the blue shell even is. Oh, that's the blue shell. Ah, this thing needs munition defense. Hold on. I also think I forgot to... Needs missile defense. When defeat go before detail. Defeat. Needs missile defense. There we go. How's the blue shell doing? Not great. Oh, yep, nope, not great at all. Who made this? 3D Wrecker. Does this thing have decoys on it? Nope. No, it does. Gearbox? Wait, this thing is a steam engine? Why? Oh, for power. That thing that you use steam engines for. That makes sense. Alright, well, this thing, functionality-wise, is perfectly okay, apart from the lack of countermeasures. Yep, more contrast and colors. Needed. Needs Basic missile defense. Even just flares, because otherwise it's way too easy. Basic missile defense. There we go. Defense. My voice always cracks when I say defense, which means that when I go fencing, it is awkward, because my voice is constantly doing that. Alright, so, puffin. Puffin rhymes with muffin. You know what else rhymes with muffin? Muffin. Because it's the same word. Okay, puffin, 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 puffin. I've eaten too much caffeine. I really have. I'm gonna need to go and eat something that isn't caffeinated. It's one of those days. As a big Steam advocate, I wouldn't use Steam there. Nope, neither would I. This is an injector engine thing. My spelling's slowly getting worse and worse. Maybe I should get coffee or sleep. Yep. The puffin is also not what I'd associate with Amphi. Yeah, same here. Like, their vibe doesn't read of, like, prop planes. Although, I think prop planes kind of fit with them, but you need to make it more sci-fi. Bearing in mind that, like, there are advantages using propellers over jets. Like, in real life. One of them, I believe, is improved range? Doesn't have to be optimal to follow my build style. Yeah. Okay, Puffin has been noted. Puffin, you have been noted. You are on warning. Ah, the Heron. This is the thing that Eliaval was like... Not many, but some. There's still real-world planes that use props. I mean, yeah, because, for one thing, they are less fuel-hungry. And for another, like... I think they, like, require... I don't know. I forget the pros and cons versus props and jets. The main thing that jets do is that they allow you to fly a lot higher and a lot faster, which for, well, it's just very convenient for, like, a lot of things you need to fly for. Okay. Right, Heron. What is the Heron? The torpedo bomber. Oh, I remember this. Aha. Oh, this thing has funny propellers. I think maybe, yeah, the propellers can be moved onto the front, because this kind of looks a little strange. How fast is this? It's not fast. This can be faster. Also need, yeah, a little bit more contrasting colors, a little bit more shaping. Who made this? Eliaval, is this your crime? Is this your crime against humanity? Have you done crimes? Let's spawn this in again. Let's throw a bullfrog at it and see what happens. Why is this marked as a... Is this just a bomber? It's marked as a torpedo bomber. But is it torpedoing? Oh. Oh. I see. Oh, right. This thing drops torpedoes, like, almost directly on top of, This thing drops torpedoes directly on top of... Alright, yeah. So, see, the problem here is that this thing will get shot in the face horribly. And that's not good. Alright, so we're gonna need some notes on the Heron. And Eliaval, it's very nice, so no shame. Right. Needs... behavior adjustment to not get shot down so easily. More contrasting colors. Hell yeah. Who told me to stretch? Because apparently I need it. Oh. Hello, 3D Wrecker. Used to like dive bomb, AK become sub. Yep, stretchy borer. The twin boom flying wings is pretty neat though. It is pretty good. Me likey. So yeah, it can be made faster. It can be made. It can more contrasting colors. Can go more fast. And what else? What else? What else? What else? More contrasting colors. And Greebling can go more fast. I think that's about it. Because I'm pretty sure that, like, hold on, let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these torpedoes, or tropedos, as it's named. I believe these are... Oh, these are laser guided. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Ah. Let's throw you at the Clarius and see what... Wait a minute. Oh no! The Clarius! My boy! No! Can't stay because I gotta take my sister to work, but I thought I'd stop and say good day. Well, good day to you too, 3D Wrecker. Good to see ya. Easy, medium, I'd say leave it as it is, but it is a hard, which means it needs to be more hard. We need to arouse it so it becomes more hard. I can't believe... Oh dear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So what were you saying, Elival? That this thing sometimes becomes sub? Better than becoming dom, I guess. Did I see that right? Is one of those torpedoes in sit? Now that you mention it, that is a little bit funny. Okay, so let's adjust that, I think. The Heron can go more fast. Not done so easily. Or go for a swim. Go more fast. Incendiary Torp is a no. Did I spell incendiary right? Incendiary. Well, that's very awkward. Alright. Heron. Right, so it needs more Greenland, it needs more, it needs more Hiya, it needs more Hajoo. It needs less Kabui. Oh no. Oh, my nose is running. Oh no. Sicker Wise is coming back. We don't like him. We like Better Wise. Alright, this is the perfect time for an ad break, because I need to go blow my nose. No! It's 4 minutes to go until ad break. Arrgh! Nobody expects the underwater fight. Incident, thank you. Oxidizer is the thing. It does weaken armor for the AG top, but just as funky. This thing really needs to circle it. Yeah, it really does. With how close together they drop, the AC reduction won't really have done anything by the time the AG hits. Stay away. 5,000 meter combat is... No! That's literally forbidden in the rules. Okay, well, we're gonna just go over here. Did I put the Heron where it needs to go? Yes, I did. Oh boy. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? I'm having fun. Alright, so let's look at the Crane Fly squad. So this is the updated version. It's just a bunch of lads. More cockpit. Yep, that's what I'm gonna put on this. More cockpit. Orange. More cockpit. Which is literally just, it looks like this. What is this? This is... It literally just looks like this. And there you go. More cockpit. There you go. More cockpit. Maybe something like that as well. Huh? Yeah, see, something like that. That would look pretty good. And it's just got missiles, and again, there's a little simple weapon thingy right here. I'm just gonna... Turtle! Are these torpedoes? These are torpedoes. Who will protect the children? Oh my word. I forgot about this little guy. What notes did I put on the turtle? Oh no, the turtle. Needs some grievous deck or some kind of partsy command structure. Needs greater weapon functionality. Yeah, I love this thing. It is not the most functional of things. Also, combat-wise, I believe these guys are perfectly fine, and that's literally it. More cockpit, and maybe more shaping on the tail. Yeah. Grand Fly Squad, more cockpit, and better tail shaping. That's literally it. Aside from that, perfect little guys. Crane Fly. And Crane Fly. I don't want to be sniffly. I want to be non-sniffly. Blah! What are you talking about? Sorry, kind of burned out. Also, I need to change the doors because I'm pretty sure that's clipped. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the heron? Oh, right, you're talking about the heron. By the way, when you get to the Cephalotes, explode the gun. Oh, I will, don't worry. And it's okay, like, I understand burnout. I'm constantly on the edge of burnout with this bloody game, I gotta tell you. Okay, hold on, let's double check the heron. Just gonna double check the heron quickly. I'm pretty sure, like, if it can open, then it's like... not that, like, it's probably not clipping. Alright, first things first, power word. Removed echo. And... what the hell am I looking at? Let's see. These are pistons? Oh. Oh, dearie me. Uh-oh. Yep, nope, that's a big no-no. Oops. Why do you need this? Hello? Huh. I literally cannot interact with these things. Angle control, they can... huh. Aha, well, that's interesting. Oops. Me too, don't really have any of the tungsten plate. They turn and retract. Ooh, okay. Well, that is definitely clipping, which means you are a naughty, naughty person, Eliaval. On me for... okay, so I need to go back and make a note on the heron to get rid of that clipping. There's a no-no. Pistons are clipping. And I'm going to make a note there. For the pistons are a clipping. There the heron. There the heron. Okay, now I simply must blow my nose. But when they do, pretty sure it clips. I mean, they're clipping right now. They're clipping just as the thing is, like... look at this. Look, 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 look. There's very clearly a beam slope here that this piston is going straight through. Nah. No, 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 no. I mean, when the door is closed, nothing is... it's very obviously clipping right here. There is a beam slope right where this piston is. Right, that's gonna... you're gonna have to change that, because you don't need that for cool aesthetic doors. And, yeah. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No! No, 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 no. Alright, main menu time, because you've all been very good, apart from Eliaval, who has done spin clipping. That was a joke. I'm gonna go take 2 minutes to rethink my whole existence and also blow my nose. Those two things are very related. Alright, firstly, I vanish. And 2 minutes of ads for you. Enjoy. is here on the main menu. Shh. Don't let anyone know I'm here doing the ad break. I'm being naughty. So naughty. Oh hey, the ad break is over. I'm back. Okay then, let's have a look-see here. Elival says, I'm going to make a craft that's just a 5x5x5 cube clipped into itself 50 times. I feel sorry for your computer. And sounds good, clip like a million frag APS clips into it as well, so when it does pen, the PC crashes. There it is. That's just the Stephanotis. Why I really need to remake the gun, because it has no emergency thingies. That is the technical term for ejectors. Okay then, so... let's see. Next is the Dragonfly, which just generally needs an overhaul, from what I understand. Because... It's a little bit of a... Right. Dragonfly. Yeah, here's this thing just kind of needs this thing basically, this is one of the very first things ever submitted for Amphitasma, and it has not aged well. Mainly, let's see that, that's absolutely fine. Why is there a spin block on the back here? What does this do? Okay. This basically needs a do-over. This is... What is this? Why is this a medium design? What? Why is this medium? Let's throw this against a bullfrog and see what happens. Oh, that's why. Because gun. I'm just gonna say this needs aesthetic and structural overhaul. There we go. To be fair, it is more formidable than it looks. Basically complete rebuild. Basically rebuild while sticking to OG vision. Okay. Oops. Did that work? Did that work? What is this thing firing exactly? Yeah, the props are constantly... Yep, small heat bit. I think this is an issue with a lot of helis. Except the adjudicate, the props on that one are too large. This one more so... Yeah, this thing has tiny props. And that's no good. So yeah, I can see in my brain how this would be rebuilt. Basically, take a Chinook and have it point at the enemy and put two massive chain guns on the side. And you'll probably be most of the way there. Could I remake one of my builds and submit it? Sure. What build in question? Like, it helps to say so I have some memory of it. I always feel like kind of bad from the grid when we get to something and say, just try the whole thing again. Unfortunately, here's the disclaimer. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to. And, you know, the buck stops with me, so eventually I am willing to have a go at this thing and just rebuild it. However, and like, you know, so there's always that, always bear that in mind. And that I'm not asking anyone to do anything that I wouldn't at least attempt myself. It is what it is. Yeah. Also, kudos to Cheesebags for actually submitting stuff early to this campaign. So, unfortunately, that is how it goes. The vision needs to be adjusted, and you just, I don't know. It's complicated. It's complicated, and this is a big work of art, what we're doing, and there's going to be some heartbreak, especially with Swole. A lot. Alright, next is the Cephanoides, and that already has a little mention about the tank wheel deco. Cephanoides Hylas. There we go. I'm still not 100%. Aesthetically, this thing is bloody gorgeous. And... oh, yeah, there we go. It's not... Yeah. The tank, there. It does have a little bit of a shaky drone right there. That's fine. Yeah, aesthetically... uh-oh. Oh, lordy. Yep, so that, that alone still has that. And I think this thing... I remember this thing gave me a real run for my money the first time it showed up. In my Plutono playtest. So, you know what we're gonna do here is we're going to blow up that main gun, because that was requested. 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 So if we go... you? Oh lordy. Oh lordy. Oh, lordy, lordy loo. My goodness. My goodness gracious. Do we want to change that? Honestly, not that easy to pop that turret. It has a lot of heavy armor around it. Personally, I think this thing doesn't need any changes whatsoever, apart from the tank deco being fixed. Tank crew would just turn into red mist. Not really. The tank's fine. The tank's absolutely fine. Look at that. The tank's absolutely fine. 100% health. In fact, the Cephanoides is like, what was that? I didn't notice. Yeah, no, this is a darn good scary helicopter. I have no notes really. Like even aesthetically, this thing has enough contrasting colors and like shaping on it and interesting things happening. Really no notes. Really no notes whatsoever. And I think... oh yeah, there's a dude... I forgot about this. There's a dude hanging out the side like... ah! Dude, I swear if you miss one more shot, I will load you into the rack. I forgot about this. Oh, no. I think this thing is absolutely fine. Like, no changes needed. It exploding like that actually makes it interesting. That is your reward for managing to kill this thing. Is managing to pop the big gun. Although maybe we could put ejectors on it. Event Horizon gun replica. I think the tank has already been fixed. Elival does good. Elival does do good work. Where is that submitted thing? Hold on. Let's go find the updated Cephanoides just to make sure that I've got it. Let's see, was this updated like ever? Posted, updated. Alright, so... alright, so it wasn't updated, it was updated back in 2025 when it was first... God, this thing was updated was first submitted over a year ago. Almost a year ago. So, whoop. Don't shoot me. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an innocent YouTuber. Thank you, John. Fixed. Okay, on the workshop, sorry. Again burned out. The tank is in my work, that's death pancakes, and they did fix it. I have another on the workshop, sorry. Again burned out. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. You do that when you are darn ready, just so long as you do it eventually. That does look very trippy. Look at that. It's just the tank's going like, wee, I'm helping. Okay, then. This has already been fixed. Just needs to be updated. Fit already been done. Just needs to be posted. Alright, just gonna make a little notey note there. Notey note. Notey note. Ah. Look at the Cephanoides. Give the people something to look at on the stream. We desire bread. We desire circuses. We desire circuses and bread. Let's go here. And that is purely an aesthetic thing. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Only a year of not doing Intrust, I'll do it. How? Okay. Shubidi-dubidi. Alright, so now we get to the Meadowhawk. Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk. I have delicious berry-flavored water. Yum! It's like the piss water, but better. Because it's not piss. Alright, Meadowhawk. I love this thing. This thing is very good. It does have a lot of sub-objects. Why is that? Oh dear, that's why. That does fall under the no internals on sub-objects rule, which unfortunately I am going to have to be a stickler for. I believe this was mentioned by somebody? Because, yeah, technically this is EMP proofing, but at the same time, it's gonna... So I'm not a huge fan of jet engines being hidden like this. Not a hard and fast rule, though. So what do you do? I wonder who made that one. Metalonk. Yes, also partook in the subroute EMP proofing. That doesn't count. I have a version without it in the works right now, but I'm thinking of changing the main gun. Shame. My nose isn't itchy. Your nose is itchy. What do you think of that? Alright, so there is apparently a new version being worked on. Nice. I do love the road. This is some of the prettiest rotors I've ever seen on a thing. Ever. So just gonna make a little notey note there. Because fast APS is basically on every other amphi-heli. So maybe plasma? Yeah, plasma! That could work. The rotors. I kinda... Did you steal these from somewhere? Kinda took them? That's on a... Wait a minute, do these things clip with each other? I just noticed something. You're gonna hate this. Those rotors are essentially clipping through each other. That's naughty. Naughty. Alright. From an SS design, but changed them a bit. Alright, so we've got a problem here, folks. Yes, I know that's not visually clipping, but nonetheless, if you look at this thing, and if you look at this thing, they are... Wait. Hang on a minute. Power word removed echo? Nope. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Ah! I'm gonna... I guess they're not. Okay, good. Like, that does look a little weird. I would prefer the rotors be slightly further apart than that, because if you think about it, like, and we're not going full realism, no one panic, that looks aerodynamically would not work. Short-ended then. If Rawson can steal Deco, so can you. Yeah, and I steal my prop design for Deep Water God. Me too, Shrike my beloved. There's an extension setting in the prop menus, but BW. True. Where is that? Extra projection. If we get rid of that and do that. Yeah, that works. I mean, I kind of cocked it up a little bit. Alright, well, that's just... Yeah, I'm just gonna say that maybe not the prop extension, because if you extend the props, it looks like they're clipping into each other, which is visually, like, not good. Shorten the fake length of the rebuild. Wait, there's an apply to all props button? Oh no! Orange, did you not know that? I'm not laughing at you, it's just like, how have you lived? How have you lived? Alright, so, from what I understand, there is a rebuild happening on the way. I'm just going to put notes here. Anywho, for myself, if nothing else. Alright, so, props, visual extension should be removed. I keep forgetting about the visual extension of props, honestly. Needs to be removed. It should be. Note, rebuild in progress. Let's not do that. Visual extension should be removed. Internal missile components should be taken off. Sub-objects. That's it, really. I mean, what else? What else? Nothing much. I don't think the gun really... What's happening back here? Oh, hello. Alright, let's spawn in... I don't know. Let's spawn in the Meadowhawk. Meadowhawk versus Meadowhawk. I believe there's a hatch or something that pops up here. What is this? Aha! That's what happens. Guys? No kiss. No kiss! Why you kiss? That was a fist bump. If nothing, if like that, very much so. This is what happens. This is why it's actually quite handy to... Deacon's hell! Oh no! Oh no! Double KO! No! Oh dear. I'm gonna save more than one design. Hello, Question Master! Actually looks kinda nice with that fake, but yep. In case of people missing it, decide to remove the upper optics and that's the godly so well blows out. Open! Got it! Also turn to the size Matron to have better armor and a more offensively configured laser for better anti-front side performance. Yep! Yep! Saw it! Appreciate it! Question Master? Die the... Oh god, Meadowhawk mirror match. They swoop in, catch each other on the arm, and fall into the ocean. Alright, how do you describe this? How did you... Why no power? Oh, I think it's because... That's why. If it fall into water... It custom jet no work. Cannot get out of water. Jet engineer, yep, craft really need to remember to follow social distancing. I'd say, Deacon's hell. And they must learn not to bump hands on the battlefield. Hazardous for your health. Oh yeah, the Suetonio Rota already had like a crap ton of notes on it, but we need to look at it anyway. What else? I think that's basically it. I think that's it. I think that's all the doctor ordered. Okay. Yeah, there's just a bunch of sub-objects that are le naughty. Oh dear. Yep, there's a bunch of crap on here. Yep. Oh, right. Yeah, this thing needs to be de-sub-objectified in general. That's... Internal components... Must! They simply must! It was unfortunately a craze that I started. I have only myself to blame. Alright, so Meadowhawk is technically a rule breaker. Naughty, naughty. Alright. Meadowhawk. Internally must be taken off sub-objects. And... Is that how you spell Meadowhawk? I don't know. Alright. Are you going to flop into the water? You shouldn't flop into the water. And I'm also going to add a note here that the thing should be able to get out of water. should be able to get itself out of water. Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk. Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk. Meadowhawk, Meadowhawk. Is this Yuri? Probably. The singularity is also being reworked again, as the rework has some flaws. Ooh! Wait, we're talking the Nitra singularity? Oh, I guess I will have to make a lot more changes then. Or be lazy, turn it into alloy. I mean, yeah, the alloy would work. Actually, yeah, that would actually solve a lot of problems. The Franz magnet definitely can't get out of water. You know what? That's a fair point. I'm going to remove that note because it is a hippocratopotamus. You know? Oh dear. Okay, I will, You know what? Removing that note, it's fine. If this is a wet thing, it can't take off in the water. The Nita singularity, is there a Plutona singularity? No, there isn't. There is not a Plutona singularity. I got confused. I should probably end the stream soon because my brain is now pudding. It is pudding. All right, so let's look at the Satonia Orata, which has a lot of things. When something already has notes on it, you gotta know. You gotta know. Oh lordy. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got detection that really shouldn't be on turrets. There's no point. We've got... Let's see, what are these set to? Are they set to anything? Oh, they are set to stuff. Okay, cool. Oh, this is the one! This is the one! This is the one you were talking about, John. Let's see, then shield protection needs to be more transparent and protected. We'll use some actual APS. It needs better. Could add sonar boys. Jet stabilizers should be removed. Needs more pretty. Oh boy, there were already a lot of notes on this fella. This is also one of the ones which, it literally can't shoot things which are above it because the barrels are so stubby. Who made this? Lazovich. Let's just throw... What's here? 251. What is something? Whoopsie there. Oh, I also seem to recall this. Yes. Yep. Yep, overall more optimization needed. Optimization needed. Major optimization, also known as Satonia Orata. Okay. That is the longest damn notes of anything here. Wow. This is the first thing. Just gonna copy all that. Just gonna copy all that. I am a snarky boy for saying that. I mean, it has killed that thing, so it's got something going for it. It's not completely helpless. Antonio Orata, there we go. I just got a weird flashback to when I was struggling to build something that could take on the Marauder. Weird flashback. Only time I've seen those use all the role. You should give the Stone Knight a version of the Snig with even more shields. I don't want to. No. Also, hello, Onambar. Ultimate John. Actually, with the proliferation generations, missile harpoons into sea. Thanks, John, for the save. The need a single. Only time I think I've seen this used. I do like all the ducted fans, though. Maybe some more shape in them. I do like those fans. Like, I do like this thing. It has a lot of character, but, like, yeah. Definitely needs a little bit of zhuzh, if you know what I mean. Okay, then. What are we looking at? New Satonio Rota. Alright, so we have done the aircraft. Perfect. Shoebill is our special boy. Ospreys and Shoebills, only things that have no notes on them. And we can... Do we want to end the stream there? We can go a little bit long. We didn't stream yesterday because I was sicker-wise. And that's no good, so instead we are going to look at the fortresses, because that's important. First things first, Barnacle. Barnacle, I don't think needs any notes. I think this thing is absolutely fine. Just gonna do that quickly. Yep, nope, no notes. It's a resource gatherer. Any rule violations? Absolutely none. Like, you could, like, deco-optimize that little dish piece, I guess, but, like, yeah. Nope, no notes. Fine. Maybe it needs a little helicopter or something, I don't know. Time for the funny very much fortress. Something fell off when you spawned it? Yeah. Yeah, it spawned too high. It took damage. It took damage! Also, again, shout out to the render distance mod for making things look cool. It's very cool. Yep, nope, no notes on this thing. It just looks, it does what it is. Alright, tank yard. Gecko tank facility. This is Draloric. Again, no notes. Absolutely fine and dandy. Absolutely fine and dandy. Like, literally no notes. Even has little solar panels on it. I don't know why this is a user. It should be... Probably... I don't know. We can probably fix that later. This is probably going to be a creator of some kind. Let's see. And airbase. I think I made this. Tell me I didn't. Ah, yes. I made this. Absolutely perfect. No notes. It definitely doesn't need redoing. I'm just gonna... You know what I'm gonna do, actually? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna add a note to the airbase that needs more pretty. Need to remember to update deco aircraft. To update deco aircraft as the deco aircraft as real aircraft are updated, because it has the thing. And also stretch. Thank you, Orange. I decoed this one. This is another version, though. Oh! Which one? Very skinny deck on that. Yep! Very thin. Probably needs to be more thick. Alright. Needs more pretty. Needs more pretty. Needs to be more thick. And this is just something for myself. There. Noted, noted, noted. Right. And fortresses. Let's see if we can do that. Air base. Do 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 do. And air base. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay then. I really did steal a lot of... What the hell? Who damaged you? There was damage... Wait, what the hell? Huh. I never noticed this. left this whole thing out. Fix hole in control tower. Oh dear. Fix hole in control tower. I'm not gonna do that now. Fix hole in control tower. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me. Should I send you the versions? I do believe I think of the deck on the deck. Oh, yeah, please, please, please do, Orange. Remember when I thought that ducks would be an unusual type of armor for a more unique encounter for the player? Yep. And then it became Ducksmageddon. This is not the version, yeah. Alright, so if you send me the version, Orange, that would be very good. That would be very good. And we're moving on in the meantime to look at the Cane Toad AA turret. I believe... Did I make these? I did make these. And that is absolutely a-okay. I have no comments. Yep. This is Le Toad. It is a toad. I'm trying to remember what this thing is armed with. I think this is a 40mm heat gun. Oh, it's heat and incendiary. So if we've got a swarm of planes, like, say, a Meadowhawk. Alright, doesn't do well against an actual armored frontsider by the looks of it. Wait, how expensive is the Meadowhawk again? Oh. Way more expensive than this. I'm not sure why I did that. I just wanted to see the Meadowhawk again, okay? I have reasons. Okay, remember when I sent you the BP. Okay, let's look at that. Alright, so King Toad, perfect. And it's not just because I don't want to touch that thing ever again. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Airburst Deco. Let's go. Yay, I get to see the Emerald Vulcan again. Very nice. That's definitely not going to be laggy as balls. What the hell? Ooh! I mean, it's not thicker, it just has legs. That looks kind of strange. It looks kind of strange. Looks kind of strange. Also, wow, that deco... Oh, lordy. Oh, that flickers like crazy. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Hang on. This would be a good time to check here if you can do something like... generic block setter. Can you do something where it's like you can control like decorations? I don't think you can, because if you look at this, like literally all of that runway deco is flickering because it's not like it's clipping. Oh, it's the one with the legs. Whoops, maybe the wrong one. I'm not sure if this is actually the final one. This is the one I have in my folders. Nah, only mimics. Well, bugger. Okay, alright, I'm gonna hold off on... Oh, that looks so much better, though. Okay, well... that deco flickering is gonna drive me nuts. Ooh, boy. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Well, there's still a problem of it... legs wasn't the problem. Remember, this is a fortress, and it's gonna look floaty no matter what. It needs to be more thick, and hold on, I need to check now to see if the version I have has that problem, because if it does, I'm gonna be very upset with myself. Huh. Orange, I have bad news. You did something. And since I'm not keen on fixing all those bloody decos, we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna make it more. We're gonna make it more thick. That is the plan. We're gonna make this more thick. That is the plan. Right. So I am turning down that deco thing, except I'm gonna hold on to that. In fact, I'm gonna put that somewhere where I can find it. From the depths, because that radar tower looked bloody gorgeous, and I'm going to steal it. I hope you don't mind. Constructables over here, Platono, and work in progress. Gonna paste that in there. Send you another one that may be the newest, been a while, so I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go have a look at that instead. Alright, maybe this one. This is like playing, what do you call it? Like, I don't know. Oh, that. Oh no, still flickery. Why? Why it flickery? Why it flickery? No! No! Why does this happen? Why does this happen on the thing shared, but not the other thing? Just the legs going. Okay, nope, not that. Again, gonna steal this. I'm gonna steal the hell out of bits of this for when I have to inevitably redecorate my bloody friggin'. And you fixed the control tower, which I greatly appreciate. All right, so we are going to make an amalgamation of these. Let's do over here and decode. Hold on, I'm gonna rename this. Decode 2, and I am not allowed to forget that I've got these, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the things we like off this, which is a lot, slap them onto the old blueprint that I have, and then we're gonna make it thick. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be oh so good. Alright, cool. Since the old one just had my soul truck on it. True. Okay, I'm not a fan of the legs. But we can cook. We can cook. Remember. Orange decode versions. Okay, gonna do that. Okay. So that's the air base. Cane Toad. Right, needs better protective protection that is not made invisible. Okay, Firefly. I remember this, I think. Who made this? Orang made this. Right, what was this thing's deal? What is an 80k thing? Let's throw the monitor at it. All of my notes on this? It's not made invisible. Alright, so yeah, this was my one problem with this. Ah, also that gun is not well protected at all. Which is a bit of a problem because this thing is, yeah. Yonder it is the monitor. Alright, so get out of here. Yeah, I remember now. All that detection is very vulnerable. And gun is very vulnerable because, yes, it is completely unarmored. And there's a nice straight line for Heat and Hash to get in. Alright, so I'm gonna add a note here. I do like this thing. We're going to keep it. But we're going to make a note here. Orang, you don't have to do this, by the way. It's whoever can do things. Needs better protected turret. Alright, Firefly, EPS turret, Firefly. Okay, then. Like, decoration-wise, flawless. Nothing to complain about. Very pretty. Look at this. Very pretty. No complaints. Shibbity-doobity-doobity-doo. Maybe easier to prefab old runway and put on a new design. Yep. Pretty confused. If the runway clipped like that from way away, I sure would have noticed. Yeah, that gave me Planet Side vibes. Guess I need to fix this one too. I kind of doubt anyone else will, and I have the time. Thank you, Orange. It is appreciated. It is very much appreciated. Brain. Alright, Firefly. APS turret. Nothing to say there. Firefly. APS. Turret. Unfortunately, it is a very long list of things to fix. Well, I mean, it was always going to be a long list of things to fix, but man, a lot of it is deco. So, not hard, just time-consuming. And also, aesthetics is subjective. Okay, so Firefly, duly noted, and now we have the clam, which I think I did this. Did I do it? I did. I tend to do things like this. Aesthetically, that is absolutely a-okay. I have no complaints about that. This thing has no active defenses from what I understand. So, if we throw this against... What do we throw it against? We throw it against a gecko prototype. What happens? The gecko prototype can sink like a rock? That is cheating. We don't like that. Very rude. I'm going to assume that was a whoopsie. Okay, so... Gonna go back to the gecko prototype. Where was it? Needs to be adjusted. Needs to be less sinky. Thankfully, we have notes on this kind of thing, don't we? It is amazing the things you'll find. Basilisk, not AFVs. And let's see, the Gek. Just goes above Swamp Tiger. Where is the Swamp Tiger? Oh, wow. My stupid cram turret actually did something. To type. Beautiful. I have inserted it where it makes sense, hopefully. Aha! The magic of poles. Can you believe in life? Octopus Gecko pulling some crazy stunts. So much. Yep, so much for that. Yep, so much for Stunt Gecko. Yep, okay, Clam is absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be amazing. Not just saying that because I don't want to fix it. Ooh. Right. Laser emplacement. Endear. I don't appear to have that in here. Was it in a structure? Hold on a minute. There we go. Found it. What the? Huh. I'm trying to remember, there was a reason why we, like, had this as a fortress. Rather than as a... rather than anything else. Oh my god. What the hell is going on with this thing? I think I'm gonna make a executive decision that this thing should be converted into a fortress if it's in the fortress section. World border. Oh, right. We're too close to the edge of the world. The flat earthers were right all along. Right. It's not very static, Vinci. You approved it earlier like the GT Fortress airship kind of deal. Yeah, I really need to change the spawn location for the designer. Yeah. Does this thing need to be changed? Does this thing need to be changed? Does this thing need to be changed? I don't think so. Yep, nope, I'm actually happy with this. It's like... I will... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shuffle this on the spreadsheet, so... It actually makes sense. Let's go. Boss worker. Cargo vehicle. Is this a cargo vehicle? It basically is. And the trees are wigging out. Great! Plutono wigs out their trees. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna move the M-Deer... Where do we move it, is the problem. Where do we move this thing? Honestly, this is supposed to be kind of like a cargo eat. No, it's not a cargo craft. What we could do is... Nah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna add a thing that's it needs camo. Yes, it's not a fortress, but it's like, I don't know. I am not immune to bribery. Alright. Needs camo. That's it. That's it. Needs camo. Okay. Okay. Whee! Okay, we're doing fine. You put yeah, really need to change the spawn location for designer. Yeah, right in the middle of the map, please. Alright, so M-Deer, and lastly is the Amphitasma HQ, which probably doesn't need to be a fortress. Also, I'm gonna move this into like the updated Amphitasma because for some reason it wasn't. Oh! Oh dear. Okay, well, okay, never mind. Never mind. No! 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 Well, now I know where to find it. Okay, so that does it. I'm gonna move this somewhere else. Where do we move it? We're going to move this thing into the hard cargo craft section over there. I'm just gonna add a note. Needs camo. Should not spawn in campaign. Needs to be placed like needs spawns like fortresses. And that is a note just on the spreadsheet, so we know what we're dealing with here. Because this is a middle finger to... Well, this is a middle finger to aircraft, mostly. Alright, so now we need to... Where is the M-Deer? So the laser emplacement. I'm not going to bother opening that up. I mean, we could. It basically takes the place of it. Is there anything on this row? No, there isn't, which means we're just going to delete row like so. Perfect. Good. Alright, the Glakava HQ is in a 40. The difference being that the Glakava HQ is, it is where, like, you know, it has its own slot, so it's not confusing. That's the second time I've spawned in the M-Deer and been like, huh? Alright, HQ time. We're gonna look at the HQ with our eyeballs. And then we're gonna be fine. Wait a minute. Nope. Destroy everything. And we're gonna go back to the updated fortresses, like so. And I personally am fine and dandy with the Amphitasma HQ. I have no complaints. I think this looks great, mostly because, wait a minute. Interesting. I think paint needs to be adjusted. Maybe a bit more greebling. Maybe, what does this need? Everybody tell me. Everybody tell me. What does this need? Let's spawn in the Swamp Tiger and see what happens. Looks like it. Rename it to Laser Defense and keep the M deer. No. Hello, Mr. Swamp Tiger. How are you doing, Mr. Swamp Tiger? I do seem to recall that the Swamp Tiger has, like, kind of... It's got pokey shells. It also has kind of limited firepower, I guess. Especially considering that this thing does not have laser defense. Hang on, there is a note here, like, laser things need to be changed. Alright, so... Laser should be green. That's it. And I can literally change that right now. But I think I'm not going to bother. Also, I think lasers could be optimized better. What have I done here? Ooh, that's what I've done. Right, I'm going to actually add another note here. Should be green and more optimized. As cool as that laser minigun is, I think we can do better. Okay then. I'm going to make a little note there, gonna make a little note there. Also needs a name. Needs an actual friggin' name. And that's mostly aimed at myself, because I didn't, And do I know how to spell Amphitasma? Amphitasma HQ. Yeah, just black, rename it to... I would say more color, kind of hard with that piece palette. I mean, the Swamp Tiger can take it down, thankfully. HQ shouldn't be too difficult. Honestly, could up-armor this thing as well. There's a lot of poles around here that we could change for heavy armor. Yeah, I'm gonna add a note there. We can up-armor it because it is a fortress that can't dodge. Needs more HA. And... oh, this is a mighty spreadsheet. Needs more HA. Needs a freaking name. Okay then, so next stream, we can do the structures, and yeah, we can do the structures. We could do that today, but I'm tired. I feel my brain melting. I'm not 100% full energy yet, from my terrible viral illness. So I think. Okay, so here, alright. Let's flip a coin. Do we raid Gorlath? No, let's raid Ralston. Let's raid Ralston, shall we? Ralston raid is fun. Okay, what am I missing? So if you're watching this later on YouTube, do remember to subscribe. That would be very, very good. Need all the help we can get on the YouTube front. And what else? Nothing else. Alright, so let us /raid Roarston VT. And raid is created. I don't... Raid! It's raid time! Not Raid Shadow Legends, it's bad. Okay then, are you ready? Are you steady? I should hope so, because here we go! We're going to raid right now! Take care everyone, see you tomorrow for The Witcher, and after that for The Drawing. See you there. Bye!